Welcome to People Doing Good for Others. Welcome to People Doing Good for Others, where we praise and honor and celebrate the lives of those who truly make significant differences in our communities. I'm Gary York, and I'm grateful to be with you today, and I want to thank Wilkes Communications, Riverstreet Network, and WIFM for this opportunity. And again, thank you so much for choosing to be with us today. My featured guest is Ms. Anna Seeley. She's the health care coordinator at the Purdue Blackburn Adult Daycare Center in North Wilkesboro. She's a 4-year veteran there, grew up in Wilkes County, graduated from West Wilkes High School, Wilkes Community College, and has a bachelor's degree in nursing from Winston-Salem State. She's a wonderful advocate, a person who enjoys her career and is happy to be there. And she's going to tell a story today about the Purdue Blackburn Adult Daycare Center. So good morning to you, my friend.
Good morning, friend. How are you?
Thank you so much. And I believe we'll start with how you found the center and decided to commit these great years to serving those who need some help.
I found the center through a friend who works there, Kristen. She's the program director, and I had actually called her one day just to discuss something not really work related, and I said, well, while I have you on the phone, tell me about the center and the program, because I wasn't really familiar with it, and she did, and I said, gosh, that sounds wonderful. And she said, she kind of laughed. She said, well, actually, we have an opening for a nurse. And I was like, oh, really? So I just dropped in and got an application and fell in love with the program and the staff. And that's how I came to join Ruby's.
We're grateful to have you.
I'm very grateful to be there. I consider myself very blessed to be a part of
Get up every
team.
day just looking forward to serving?
Yes, there's such satisfaction and joy there. I'm very, not many people get to have that, wake up and enjoy what they do every day. So it's a blessing for sure.
Wow. Anna Seeley, your grandmother, you were talking one day about college, and she suggested that nursing may be your calling.
Yes.
Go there for me.
So when it was time to consider college and what route I wanted to take, I wasn't really sure. I was leaning towards teaching. I knew I wanted to do something where I helped and served others. And it was actually my grandmother who convinced me to consider nursing. She said, there's so many different areas you can work in. Different populations. She said, I really think that would be where you would find your niche. And so I checked into the community college, was really impressed with the program, and I applied, and that's how I got in that program.
Wilkes Community College, that experience, if you will.
Oh, I'm very grateful for the community college. Not only was I allowed to stay home and spend time with my grandmother, but it was an affordable option for me. I was able to get my nursing degree in 2 years. At the time, they also had a partnership with Winston-Salem State. So I was able to, once I graduated with my associates, I was able to go on through my bachelor's, which was, they actually had classes here at the community college.
Yeah.
Which was also great because at that time I was working full-time, and again, it was an affordable option, and I was really grateful for that.
You were working full-time and going to school?
When I was getting my bachelor's degree, yeah.
Wow.
So that was a wonderful opportunity, and I was grateful for that as well.
Anna, tell us about the center, the Purdue Blackburn Adult Daycare Center. Just start there and tell us, what do we do?
Well, our mission is to provide a safe place for adults who cannot remain at home safely during the day. But more so than that, we want to be a fun place, a place where they can come, they can do crafts, they can have Bible study, where they can make friends and socialize and hopefully improve their overall quality of life.
So, if you will, just walk through how one of our clients would come in at 8 o'clock. Just give us some of the ins and outs, if you will.
Okay, so a typical day, we open at 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., so that allows flexibility for our caregivers to drop off their loved one at any time. We serve breakfast. So usually our activities start around 9:30. Once everybody's kind of come in and got settled for the day, we do different things throughout the day. There's crafts. We have preachers that come and lead Bible study, singers. Then we start winding down and getting ready for lunch around 12. After lunch, we have sort of a quiet period where people can kind of do their own individual things, whether it's puzzles or watch TV, or a lot of them like to take a nap after they get their bellies full. And then, in the afternoon, we'll start back up with a group activity. And sometimes some of them like more individual stuff. We try to find whatever they like, whatever they enjoy, and make it a unique experience for the individual.
So, Anna Seeley, you're a registered nurse, certified, and you're at the Ruby Blackburn Daycare Center. Special needs folks, just tell us about ages and how we do that.
So that's a good question. Our center is very unique in that we accept adults 18 and up, and I like to say we can take care of a wide range of abilities. We have some that are certainly independent, as well as those that are very dependent. They might need a mechanical lift for transfers, or they might need help managing incontinence or feeding. So we're able to provide and meet for all those needs on the spectrum.
And the center is in the West Park Medical Center. Give us some idea of how one would find us.
So when you come in the main entrance of West Park, you come to the stoplight or stop sign, you would go straight through and go on back in around the building, and you'll see a nice little cover drive. You can park under there and come in and check us out.
Okay. Our patients, our clients who come in, somewhat of a routine of getting in the building, how do we handle that?
So that has changed a little bit since COVID. Prior to COVID, the caregivers would just walk them in and sign them out every day. But since COVID, we've tried to reduce traffic in the center, and so that process looks a little different right now. So the way it works now, they call when they're at the center, and they will be greeted by staff. Staff will come out and walk them in, and then from there we do go through a sanitation process, we call it, where we clean any equipment that they might need to bring with them, such as their wheelchair or their walker, screen them for symptoms and check their temperature, and then help them with some hand hygiene before we enter on into the great room.
Mm-hmm. And then you say we may have bingo?
Yes,
all kinds of activities.
Bingo is a must with prizes.
Prizes?
Yes, got to have chocolate. You have to have prizes with bingo. So yeah, bingo is always a big commodity. It's a hot ticket.
Yeah. When you got to, I want to back up a minute to Wilkes Community College. I'm such a big fan.
Yes.
Give us some idea of the nurturing outreach of Wilkes Community College here in our community.
Well, the teachers were wonderful. They had a real invested interest in their students. They really cared about our success. I can't stress that enough, that I had wonderful teachers that made it such a positive experience. Like, they cared not only about me academically, but making sure that I was well-rounded and ready to enter the workforce, and really gave me the support and stuff that I needed. And so I was very grateful for the staff there at the community college. It's a wonderful resource for our community.
Anna Seeley, a family with special needs or adult searching for a facility, and they're thinking about, well, I've heard about the Ruby Purdue Blackburn Center, and I want to go there. just some of the highlights that if you're convincing a lady or a gentleman who brings his special person to us, just have that conversation with me and say, we arrive and come inside and go from there, if you will.
So when you come in for a visit or a tour, we would go take you through a tour through the great room where you can see all the activities in the space that we have. That's how I typically like to start, is just show our center. But then at the end, I like to sit down one-on-one and discuss more, find out what the person is interested in,
So you'll have a one-on-one with the guardian?
Someone in the staff. When we do a tour, we always like to sit down and discuss one-on-one what their interests are. It might be gardening, and so we want to emphasize that we have gardens, we have raised flower beds, and that we would love for them to come and help us take care of that. Or we have some ladies that like to be pampered, and they like to go to the beauty shop, so we, again, want to share with them that we have a beauty shop, and we would love to pamper them in our beauty shop.
Pamper them?
Yes, they love to be pampered. They like to do their nails, do their makeup and their hair, whatever they're interested in, because that's what we want to do, is find out what their needs are, what their interests are, and tailor a plan of care specifically to that individual so that they can see a unique experience.
Unique experience
Yes.
to Ruby Blackburn Adult Daycare Center.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So we have introductory or orientation days, or you could come and...
We offer a free trial visit, and that's really the best way to come and experience it. If you're interested, you can call and schedule those anytime. During that free trial visit, I will assess them, and along with the rest of the team. That way we will kind of get to know them, know what we need to focus on for future stays, as well as give the caregiver an opportunity to become more familiar with staff and the paperwork and the financial need, and discuss all of those.
Talk about the financial need. That's a good
Yes.
place for us to go right now.
So traditional insurance does not pay for our service. So it's always been the board's desire, as well as the staff's desire, not to have to turn anybody away based on financial needs. So we have what we
We'll
call
find a way.
a scholarship program. And we're so grateful for the community support, because we've not had to turn anybody away. But that is to come in and fill out an application, and it's just looking at the particular participant's information, not no one else's. And then from that, we can see how we can help them, find some way to help them and get them into the center, because we don't want to turn no one away.
Anna Seeley, you bring a certain care for the people. The nature of being a nurse and the folks embracing the folks who come in and are going to stay with us during the day. In the morning, are you thinking about all of the folks? Give some idea of the process of preparation as a registered nurse, healthcare coordinator. Thinking about each individual, tell us a little bit about your role there.
Well, for starters, I always read up on their history and physical and try to keep a good baseline knowledge of what their medical needs are, so that, if someone starts showing symptoms of something during the day, I can know what I need to do, whether it's check someone's blood pressure or monitor their blood sugar. So that's really important, knowing what to look out for, and not only me knowing it, but being able to train the staff as well what to look for and how to treat it. So the biggest thing I do is making sure I'm aware of all that's going on, and then we do medication administration.
Mm-hmm.
We have some with catheters that I help manage. In the past, we have done some wound care, where we worked in collaboration with the Wound Care Center, and we've had some that had tube feeding. So we can do a wide range of provide a wide range of services for our folks as far as nursing needs.
So the family that's will bring a lady or a man to be with us, we want to give them comfort and
Yes,
confidence
that we'll
and
take care of them.
that
Yeah.
we're here to serve.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we do things.
Yeah. You know, the biggest thing about, because a lot of them come every day or several times a week, so we really develop a relationship with these participants as well as their families. So we want them to feel comfortable. And, you know, for me, I'm taking care of my friends. These are my friends.
These are my friends.
These are my friends every day that I'm hanging out with, and I'm going to take care of them as such. And I know the rest of the staff feel the same way.
Wow. You mentioned staff. Just some idea of the excellence of the people that we, as our team, way you've said that, would you just touch on that for a minute, if you will?
So we have 7 full-time staff, and again, they stagger in between 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., so hopefully that can provide flexibility for our caregivers. But they are wonderful, caring ladies. I know they feel the same way that I do, that these are our friends that we're coming in to take care of, and we want them to be safe, healthy, and fun, and continue to develop these friendships and relationships with each other so that we're treating them mind, body, and spirit.
Wow. So to be safe,
Mm-hmm.
healthy,
and happy.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So the happiness, so you learn about folks, the
Mm-hmm.
families, the what they like to do, and talk about the bingo again.
Oh, bingo is, we
Is
have
that
to.
the most popular activity?
It probably is. We probably have to play bingo at least 3 or 4 times a week. And they get into their bingo. They do all kinds of different games now. It's not just straight, 5 in a row. Sometimes they play 4 corners. Sometimes they do a coverall. And if you're not paying attention, you'll get left out, and they don't care to repeat it. So it can be. They love their bingo. But yeah, that's a big ticket. And again, they have to have prizes. They like chocolate specifically.
Chocolate?
Yeah. So yeah, bingo is probably one of our, that's at least 3 times a week.
Anna Seeley, our time together, I know you have a servant's heart, and you grew up to care for people, your family, and particularly your grandmother. So that nature of being a caring person, that you give this special care you have for people. Talk about that a little bit more.
Well, it definitely started with my grandmother. She cared for 5 children, and then she had a big part in caring for me growing up. We were real close, and also, my mother's a very caring woman, so I come from a line of caring ladies, and I was raised, it's not what others can do for me, but what I can do for others, and that's just been a big, a hallmark in our family. That's just kind of been our motto.
And tell us again about that phone call. Who was it? To Kristen?
To Kristen, our program director, yes.
And just go through that again, if you will.
So I had called Kristen just to talk to her about a non-work related issue, and we were just catching up. And at that point, I hadn't been real familiar with the center, so I was asking her to tell me about it. And she did. She did a wonderful job, and I thought, gosh, that sounds like a wonderful program. I was very curious about it. And she kind of laughed. She said, well, we have an opening for a nurse if you are interested. And I thought about it, prayed about it, and I went down there and got an application.
Yeah. So you're chosen to go make a talk to, say, a Rotary Club. What would be some of the things, you were introduced as the nurse at the Ruby Purdue Blackburn Adult Daycare Center, and she's here to share the essence of what we do. Mm-hmm. You're standing there, and tell us some of the things you might say.
So I actually just did a presentation at the chamber this past week. And
You did?
Yes. And
Oh, wonderful.
One of the things when I was preparing for it, one of the things that I really wanted to show as I was working on my PowerPoint was pictures. I wanted to show pictures of our daily, what we do on the daily, and share stories. So it was a PowerPoint. I said I was only going to do one slide of pictures. It ended up being 5 slides of pictures because I had a lot of stories to tell. Because what I told them, my audience, was that I want you to know that our center is more than just the building that we are in. This is a calling for us. This is our purpose, is to provide a safe place for these people to hopefully, where they can develop friendships and socialize and be safe, healthy, and happy, and improve their quality of life.
Safe, healthy, and happy. I'll remember that. Thank you very much.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So you talked to the chamber.
Mm-hmm. I shared a lot of stories with the chamber. I'll say that.
Can you tell us, remember some of it?
Well, my PowerPoint, like I said, it ended up being several pages long, but I was sharing pictures. Basically, I went throughout the year. I started with some pictures from my Valentine's Day party.
Valentine's Day party.
Yes, that was a big
Anna
deal.
Seeley.
We had someone donated a karaoke machine, and I didn't think that karaoke machine would ever be used, but I could not have been more wrong about something in my life. That has been a huge go-to for especially our younger population. They love to sing karaoke. So you might hear anything from Shania Twain to Elvis Presley on any given day. And then from there, I just showed different pictures from St. Patrick's Day, different crafts that we do. Some of the crafts, really focus on fine motor movement. So it's not only keeping their attention, but they're working their hands. Also showed pictures from Easter. We usually have an Easter egg hunt. I showed some different pictures of our summer stuff, the courtyard, and some of the things that we do out
some
there.
like growing flowers.
We do. We have planter boxes, and they go out there and plant different stuff. Sometimes they plant zucchini. I've seen them plant tomatoes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, Anna.
So they do a lot of fun stuff out there. And then I went on into our fall. I shared pictures from Halloween of all of our folks dressed up in their costumes. And then I ended it with our Christmas party where Santa comes, and it's truly a magical time. Everybody gets a gift. It's just a real sweet spirit in the center that day. And that's what I closed with, was those pictures.
Okay. So we have capacity for some more clients.
We do.
People that we love a lot.
Yeah, we have openings for more friends.
More friends.
Yes.
And we have an introduction. You can come spend as long as you want to for free and just see the essence of the great things that we're doing.
Absolutely.
The love that we give to people.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. Jennifer Snyder, our executive director, I'm a big fan of our staff family, right?
Absolutely. We're all family, including our participants.
Yeah.
They're all part of our extended family.
What is say a full-timer, how will they stay 5 days a week, or how does that work?
Well, we're there for whatever the caregiver needs.
6 to 6.
Most of our folks do have a set schedule. The biggest majority do come 5 days a week, but some come 2 days a week, some come 3 days a week. And then we have some that just drop in, if their spouse has an out-of-town appointment or, things of that nature, because we want to be there for what's needed. And so we do have the flexibility there.
Wow. So this is your dream career?
Yes.
Would you say that?
I can
would it
say
be that way?
I can say that. When I graduated nursing school, I wasn't really sure what area in nursing I wanted to go to. And at that time, there were several hospitals that were on a hiring freeze, including our local hospital. And so I applied for everything I could. I took interviews from here to Hickory, and I just prayed. I said, Lord, you put me where you want me. Give me one job opportunity, just one callback's all I need. That way I'll know without a shadow of a doubt that that's where I'm supposed to be. And so I would call and follow up, and stuff had happened. They lost my application, and I was getting discouraged. And then one day a lady came in to speak to our nursing class from a local nursing home. And at that point, I hadn't considered long-term care nursing. It wasn't something that I was aware of, really hadn't had any dealings with it. So I went the next day. I thought I have nothing to lose. Walked in and met with the director. I was really just intending to pick up an application, but she ended up hiring me on the spot, and not only hiring me, but offering me first shift, because I didn't know what my niche was, but I was sure I wasn't going to find it on the night shift. So I was thankful to walk in and to first shift. And I have done long-term care ever since, working with people.
Long-term care.
And that's truly what I enjoy, knowing these people, they're not just patients, they're my friends. So
our folks, I want to talk about unconditional love of special needs of the Ruby Purdue Blackburn Adult Daycare Center. Our staff, about unconditional, we're loved as they love us. So talk about the unconditional love that you learn from the clients who come to us every day. One
thing I've learned is never to, take for granted the small moments. Sometimes you don't need to do a big craft or a big, activity to really make a difference in someone. Sometimes it's just taking some personal one-on-one time just to sit down with them in the chair and talk about how their day.
One-on-one time.
Yeah, talk about how their day's going. Or I have some of the younger girls that, it means something to them to go to the beauty shop every day and braid their hair. And just that limited interaction makes such a big deal with them.
Interaction.
Yes, and I think people need that more now, that love and, developing these friendships and relationships.
So we're about giving and sharing and caring and individual care.
Yes.
We have a program for we touch folks in a special way.
Yes.
And that's the outreach of the Ruby Purdue Blackburn Adult Daycare Center is to seeking and finding ways to serve. And so we do that on an individual basis, and we would love for people to come and feel good about bringing a youngster to us and care, and we'll give the best possible. So I want to thank Wilkes Communications and Riverstreet Productions and WIFM for this honor. So as we, what an honor to have you here.
Oh, thank you. So, I'm blessed to be here.
And
thank
I hope
you for
you've
the
had a good time. You certainly are a caring person that you communicate in a wonderful way. You let people, it's what's in your heart. So you're giving and sharing and caring. So wrap it up for us about the essence of your life at the Ruby Purdue Blackburn Adult Daycare Center and how it embraces you and you embrace us.
Well, like I said earlier, I'm very blessed to be there. I feel like being a part of the center fulfills me and gives me such gratification, and I am so thankful to be a part of it. It's made me a better person, and I enjoy serving others, and I hope everyone will check us out, check out our Facebook page, our website, and give us a call if you're interested.
And the phone, the best way to reach us is phone?
Yep.
667-2541?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And we're in the West Park Medical Center. We're easy to find, and we just would love the opportunity for folks to come to us and
make new
let
friends,
us show the essence of the great things we do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Anna Seeley, what an honor to have you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Anna Seeley, a registered nurse at the Ruby Purdue Blackburn Adult Daycare Center. She's a person who her heart is in giving and sharing and caring, and we thank you for being with us today. And please promise that next week you'll also find a time to spend your time with people doing good for others. Thank you very much.